Earth. The simple definition of Earth is the solid footing formed of soil or ground. Earth is what you build a foundation on, the object that supports the entire structure being built. This is the story of a content creator that realized the foundation and the family that MetaZoo represents is stronger than ever. Welcome to Operation Earth Tower. My wife Chelsea and I arrived in New York City early afternoon on Friday. She was extremely excited because she had never been to the city, and I was even more excited to introduce her to all of my friends in the community. I had forgotten how long Holland Tunnel was, but as soon as we exited the tunnel, I felt home. See, I had lived here before, but I hadn't returned to the city in over a decade. We made our way over to Brooklyn to the hotel to check in. We didn't have enough time to go downtown because of the Gala start time, so I anxiously waited for Nate, or Slippy Napkin as he's known in the Discord, to swing by with some native that we could open. Super Galactic Games and Comics, who I work for, was unfortunately one of the few partners that did not receive native during Wave 1, so at this point I hadn't been able to open up any of it. C&O over at TCG Island hooked me up with some stuff, but the cards didn't make it to my house on time despite being overnighted. Thankfully, John from Immortal Workshop was able to bring some boosters with him, so Nate and I opened it all and got most of everything we needed. Nate even pulled 2 fusions. Feeling better about our potential spellbooks, all 3 of us got ready for the Gala and set out for downtown. The Gala was a complete blast. MetaZoo had the big Gala banner along with the red carpet outside. It was really awesome to see so many amazing casters dressed to the nines. After a little wait in line with Chelsea, we made it to the front where I immediately gave Ted a huge hug. After posing for some pictures, we made our way inside. With all the music, lighting, laughter, and people, the first thing I noticed was the original artwork on display for the SRs and the new native set. There honestly was something special about my wife being able to witness me lose my mind at the artwork. Everyone knows that I lose my mind when I see lore-centric items in person, and I was blown away at what I saw. It was amazing to introduce Chelsea to so many people that night, for her to see in person how much love there is in this community. I went live with my boss Jared at Super Galactic to give away 2 possessed auras, and then jumped on Instagram live with Dean from MetaZoo Nation Australia. See, we had been making the joke since I interviewed him that I would bring the Gala to him since he couldn't make it to New York. He dressed up in everything.
How's everybody doing tonight, though? Reporting live here at the MetaZoo Gala. As you can see, the beautiful... there he is. Look at that beautiful sky. Oh, you got to show everybody you're all dressed up, I know.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's a nice jacket. It's a really nice jacket.
We took our picture on the red carpet, and then I took him into the mayhem that was the party. The stream cuts in and out, but go check it out on the Super Galactic Instagram account.
So, thank you all for being here. You look beautiful. You look beautiful.
The night continued with me meeting Mike for the first time, watching the eBay Live event, and geeking out meeting some of the artists. I was even able to snag a picture with Isaac and Michael. Around 11, the party started to close, so the 3 of us went back to our hotel. Nate and I deck checked using native for a few hours in his room. Feeling semi-confident, I went back to my room to get some rest for the next day. Our hotel was only about a 10-minute walk to where the tower venue was being held. Everything was in full force when we showed up. Chelsea and Nate were wearing the Super Galactic swag with me, so it was awesome to be at the tower event repping the store. After getting my spellbook checked, I walked around to say hi and to get some footage. You could tell people were excited. It felt like more energy was in the room than before Water Tower began. So many familiar faces at this event. From the guys at Caster's Corner, to GG Unit, Moldy and the Caster Society team, and my guys the Lads of Loveland. The time before the first game started was basically spent saying hi to everyone I hadn't seen the night before. and even though it had been over a month since I had seen most of everyone, it was like no time had passed. Right before the first round started, one of my favorite things happened. Harley from EpicTube and Chelsea found me and said, "You have to meet this kid. He's a huge fan of your channel." Meeting Zach was awesome. Both of his parents were fantastic while Zach and I talked about making content. I explained how I do some stuff only using my phone, and he even said he was going to start making content, and I can't tell you how excited I am to actually watch it. Round 1 started, and the battle to be named Earth Tower Caster began. I'll be honest, this was a hard one for me. I hadn't had much time to playtest a new native card, so I wasn't the best prepared. But still, I was thinking I was playing pretty well. I was able to get my giants out and swing big, but I kept losing. I realized in round 5 what my flaw was. I was so worried about my opponent's beasties, I never focused on the aura facts. Like Water Tower taught me to not be afraid to mulligan, Earth taught me aura effects needed to be focused. I need to make sure I do a special shout out to my 7th round opponent, Martin. I had lost my Earth Tower die at that point, the one they give you for the towers, and he could see how upset I was about that. And my man gave me his. And so for that, Martin, I will always treasure this. Thank you. Sometime between the 2nd and 3rd game, I ran into Zach again. He gave me one of my favorite cards from the event, a replica of the Loveland Frogman card, but with his frog replacing the original image. I kept going back over to Chelsea at the end of each match, and I could tell she was having fun. There was something extraordinary about watching her have a blast with people I've called friends for months. I talked about the community alive to her, so she recognized a bunch of names. On top of that, she talked about my channel and Super Galactic that entire day. Y'all honestly have no clue how much I love this woman. I ended my run with a record 2 wins, 5 losses, but I wasn't upset. I had learned a lot and had had a blast the entire first day. I settled in to watch Fajir present the names of the top 32 from day 1.
Which is going to be Steven Silverman. In 31st place, we have Easton Evans. 30th place, we have Zach Hampson. 29th place, we have Luis Perez. Thank you. 28th, Johnny Dunn. 27th, Ryan Miller. 26th, Jonathan Eisler. 25th, Liam Pfeiffer. 24th, Giuseppe Pucci. 23rd, Noah Duncan. 22nd, Jordan Heiss. 21st, Herman Herrera. 20th place, Michael Beaumont. 19th place, we have Abel Jacoby. 18th place is Taylor Hassel. 17th place, we have Kevin Liu. And 16th place, Edward Chalupa. And 15th place, Evan Andrea. 14th place, Russell Kenny. 13th place, Jason Weirson. 12th place, Dylan Tran. 11th place, Logan Schneider. 10th place, Ken Adams. 9th place is Isaac Garcia. 8th place, Peter. And 7th place, Ben Ritt. 6th place, Jerry Miller. 5th place, Terry Miller. 4th place, Nicholas Blandon. And in 3rd today, for long, for 7 rounds, Mario Gonzalez. Happy birthday to Mario! And in 2nd place, Esther Ellis. But the person to come out on top, through it all, the #1 top player of day 1 of the Earth Tower is Michael Galarza.
All of the casters that played on day 1 lined up in order to actually get their Earth Aura, which was really awesome because it was different than the one from Water Tower, because this actually had caster stamped onto it. Chelsea and I said our goodbyes to everyone, and then we made our way back to the hotel, exhausted. Day 2, Chelsea, Nate, and I arrived at the venue as the top 32 matches began. In between watching the matches, I wanted to talk to some of the players. I'll be releasing the full interviews in a separate video, but here are some clips.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Multi Potion. just played in the tower here, actually just got knocked out in the top 16, so I'll be somewhere 12th to 14th and feeling pretty good about it. This tower was crazy though. Like, Water Tower, there was a lot of bookmarking and people were like moving through their decks.
Yep.
This tower, it was just a brawl, like a street fight, just like all to face, just attack as much as you can.
I mean, it's to be determined, I think. Obviously, there's still some games to go at the time of the interview, but I think Tahinan, you know, obviously, with the ×3 Terra bonus, swinging for 145 as a 1-drop is pretty huge. And his combination with the
very interesting day. I think Giants were really like the MVP. Zovitz swinging for 240 base. If that's how you pronounce it, I'm not great.
I think it's Zabowitz. I'm not sure that, but
well,
the beast. He's a
Dark
beast.
Earth, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was. He won me a lot of my games. Also, I lost to him. That fear is incredible. And
I would say Behemoth Stampede. It's something not many people played, and if they played it like 1 or 2. I focused on that with my deck. I played 5 Luvic. I played all 3 of the Stampede, and because of that, like I don't know if you saw in the stream, top 16. He had a game, he had a board where I was 100% going to lose next turn. I top decked the Luvic, summoned it, and with the Luvic, the life point total on the field was enough to where I activated the Behemoth and then swung in for game with the Giant.
Ooh, wow. It was phenomenal to spend so much time with Afton, Isaac, and Michael. I of course geeked out about the comic to Michael Peckham. Afton was hilarious, always cracking jokes. Plus, she signed my influencer card, and it immediately became the jewel in my collection, next to the moth that Kelsey signed and sketched at Water Tower. Isaac was super down to earth, and I was blown away when he told me he listens to my videos sometimes when he sketches. I'm always humbled and honored when any of the artists compliment me. Without the art team, I wouldn't be able to do what I do on the channel. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to the entire art team. Y'all consistently knock it out of the park. 16 led to 8, which in turn changed to 4. Everyone was excited as the final matches began to reveal who would come out as the first Earth Tower caster. The final match came down to Abel Jacoby and Herman Herrera. The games between these two were intense. Game 3 of the final match went in Abel's favor, especially after he played the Snowing Terror card from the new set Native. It made all beasties cost their full cost, no reductions. After the game was over though, it was decided a misplay had occurred, so the third game would have to be replayed. Both Abel and Herman were good sports. Both went back to the table and gave it their all. In the end, Abel was able to secure another win, and the title of Earth Tower caster was his. I settled down to watch the awards ceremony.
I would like to thank all of you for coming, all of our staff for all the hard work that we've been doing, from our artists, Texas Ted, Fajir, Andy, all of our MCOs, of course the stream team, which is us, and Adam, and all of our helpers here at the stream and feature tables. So let's give a round of applause to everyone.
now we are moving on to the top 3. In 3rd place, we have Kevin Liu. Second place, Herman Herrera. All right, in 1st place, after 2 days, many hours of playing, he did it all. He went through it. He went hours and hours with a score. Actually, Abel Jacoby, is that?
At the end of the awards ceremony, Andy announced that artist signatures would come with a spoiler pack, so the lines immediately began. I made sure to go around and take a ton of pictures with everyone. I knew I wouldn't get to see most of these amazing people for months. We said our goodbyes, and then we left to go get ready to meet up with Texas Ted in downtown. Chelsea was excited to ride the subway for the first time. We took the train to 42nd Street and set out for our destination, John's of Bleecker Street. It's almost become tradition now to go out to eat with Ted anytime we can at a convention. He wanted to try some authentic New York pizza, so we had 2 destinations this evening. The food at John's was delicious. We quickly ate it all and headed towards our second stop, Joe's Pizza. This was fun because this restaurant was in the Spider-Man 2 movie. I'll admit, John's was better, but it was still nice to be spending time with friends. We found an ice cream shop on our way back that was amazing. Not just the ice cream, but the entire place. As we said our goodbyes to Ted, it hit me. We talked more about our pasts, likes, and dreams than we did about MetaZoo. These people, this community, all of them, they weren't just friends. They were family. They were my MetaZoo family. We made our way back to Brooklyn to get some rest for the drive home the next day. On our way out of the city, we decided to check out Times Square. I tried to give out some release decks, but it wasn't super successful. I am excited to try again next year, though, after the IP drops. I bet every one of them will be taken. It was cool to see the old theater I worked at and share the experience of Chelsea seeing Times Square for the first time. We did a little more exploring, and then we headed to our second destination on our way home, IHC. I had a blast hanging out with the lads of Loveland at the tower, so when Josh invited us to stop by, I couldn't say no. I loved the display of Sean's water tower triumph, and it was fun to hang out with some of the lads in their home shop. Once again, the feeling of family was strong. I snagged some product before we left, Josh even threw in some native, and we said our goodbyes. I opened all of it in a live stream recently, so definitely go and check it out. On the way home, something beautiful happened. Chelsea told me she wanted to learn how to play MetaZoo. Spending so much time with everyone that weekend had inspired her to want to delve deeper. This entire weekend had strengthened the community of MetaZoo, I thought. It had shown me how amazing and beautiful our family is. Our MetaZoo family.